Gotta think you're pretty pleased with the last 2 days.
Yeah, definitely. In great position after the midway point, so um, feel feel a little bit improved off of last week, which was the goal this week, to just try and feel like I'm getting better each day. And uh, yeah, I haven't made a ton of like longer putts, in order to be in the lead like normal, which is probably a really good sign that I'm keeping the ball in front of me and striking it really nicely, and a couple mistakes here or there. Other than that, it was really clean.
I was gonna ask you, you do feel like you're striking it better than last week in Phoenix, more progress?
Yeah, it feels a little bit better. I'm trusting some shots that I probably would have held off on there, and which is normal. So, still a lot of progress for the fields to kind of match up. The exact timing. I get a little off with the timing with as I go up the bag a little bit, but ultimately, enough to where I can, play shots that I need to play, and certain, if I feel a little uncomfortable, to kind of stay in that hole and then take advantage when it's feeling good. So, the forecast coming the next 2 days, it doesn't look like it's going to be that easy to get to 12 under for the next 2 rounds. So Pebble's going to be a mean Pebble, it looks like, tomorrow, and I look forward to that challenge. It's going to be fun to go out there and have to hit some kind of different level shots than when we played in the desert last week.
Do you think that's a good thing, having to hit those kind of different shots when you're still trying to find your
sure.
timing?
Whatever ends up with the best result would be nice, but I would imagine I like when the conditions are a little tougher. You have to go a little more feel, and so the front nine will be more downwind, even though it'll be windy, which doesn't make it easy. But as you make that turn, the back nine tomorrow will be 11 in, will be a different animal.
Okay.
What was your approach on 17? Was that an easy decision for you?
17.
Off the tee?
The driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hit 3-wood there every year, but it had warmed up and the wind was off the right, and I'd felt really comfortable hitting a draw with the driver today. So I thought, with how it had warmed up, I thought I could get it up either into the greenside bunker or just short, which gives me the upslope. If I hit 3-wood, I end up with like a 55-yard shot, and it's just, with that green, it's just a really tough one to get close. It's that awkward kind of range. And, if I overcook it, you're fine. So it was, with that wind off the right, it was a more comfortable shot for me, and it got up to where, it was on that upslope, and I was able to get it to where I had an uphill putt, which is hard to do on that hole.
These last 5 rounds, is it baby steps or any of them turning into leaps?
Yeah, they feel like they're progressions each day. Sunday was really good for me, to just kind of be able to learn a little bit from the tendencies, especially as I go into the next 2 days. And I'm just trying to kind of get more comfortable being towards the top of the leaderboard and kind of feeling those nerves. And you start to get more comfortable the more often you're there. And these 2 days, playing with or around the lead, for at least the back nine yesterday through most of the round today, I felt a lot more comfortable than I did last week, which is a good sign. So not to say that, it won't be a significant challenge the next 2 days, but I would say equal progressions each day.
And then what club did you hit on the par 3? 5?
I hit a 5-iron there. That's a mean hole. Just tried to rip it to the center of the green, and I hit it to where we were essentially trying to hit it. And then Ricky was 1 foot behind me on the line. So, from 40 feet, it's not like cake if you see the read, but to know kind of what it would do up the slope, and then after, it was really nice to get a read off Ricky, and the hole caught it on the right side. So that was the longest putt I've made in the 2 days, and certainly a steal there.
Sort of following Fergie's question about your steps, not to diminish what you did in Phoenix or yesterday, but Spyglass is always hard, or usually hard. How much did today sort of do you show yourself, given the difficulty of this course?
It's one of my favorite golf courses that we play all year. I love Spyglass, and I think my love for it has allowed me to play well year in and year out on this course. Whether I play the other 2 well or not, I seem to have success at Spy. Don't know what it is. I just think the layouts of the holes are awesome. You got a mixture of some short par 3s with some 4 is one of the coolest holes that we play. I look forward to playing it. I wish we could play it more often with that green that's 50 yards deep but 5 yards wide the whole time. It's just fun. You kind of feel like you got to hit a lot of kind of feel trap shots, and then it can be tough, but I think we got a really good break being on Spieth today versus Pebble. It looked and has shown to be the better end of the draw with us being on Pebble yesterday and Spieth today. So I think Daniel was up there playing on Pebble. I'm not sure how many other guys are at the top of the leaderboard playing Pebble today, but they've played arguably better golf than we had to be up there.
Semi-related question, your history at this event. Why does it fit your game? I mean, these courses, you've obviously played well here many times before.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is I have a lot of fun at this tournament. I'm with Jake Owen every year, and we're normally with Dustin and Wayne for 3 rounds, and we just have a blast together. We always kind of have a match between the two of us anyway, so it's almost like you're just playing, around somewhere, in town back at home. So I think a lot of it is that I have a lot of fun, but again, these golf courses specifically, you have to be, shot making, and it's very feel based. You're not just playing in the desert and firing range shots up. You very, very rarely have one that you're just playing a stock driving range shot. So that can be challenging when you're off, and it can be an advantage when for me, I really like that when I'm feeling good about my game. So the small greens require a lot of precision and imagination around them too, especially on Pebble. So that may have to go into it as well.
You heard from Jake at all the last couple days?
I haven't. No, I'm sure I'll get in touch with him this afternoon and tell him we'd probably be up on. Well, who knows the way Dustin's playing, right? So it really would have been him versus Wayne to see what would have happened. But what's 14? Oh, I hit a drive into the right first cut, and I hit a hybrid onto the left side of the green and 2-putted. It was a good drive to get a good angle, and ended up with a good number. I had mud on the ball, so I played it out to the left in case the mud threw it, and it just kind of came out straight. On 4, that was probably a 7-footer. I had one more club, and Michael said, "Let's hit one less." It was a great call by Michael. He said, "Let's hit one less. It should feed down there." I hit a gap wedge instead of trying to chip a pitching wedge, and he said, just let it funnel down that hill. That pin's further, up than it is in years past, so it's actually gets closer to the hole. And it was a really good call because we didn't play that 9 in the practice round. 7 was a hybrid. I got a really good lie in the rough. That was a good break. And then 8 was another good break. I hit the tree off the tee. I towed a 3-wood, and it came out in the fairway, and I hit a 7-iron that happened to go, right of the right pin below the hole. That was a steal there for sure. I got a couple nice breaks for sure. The first hole, I'll tell you what, it's crazy. You go on runs of cards out here. You get good ones, and then you go on a bad run of cards, and things. I'm now hitting it and kind of thinking it's going to be a good break again, which is really nice.
When I was last night, I was looking through your old quotes from Harding Park, and you said, he'll hit a tree and where it used to go in the fairway now.
Yeah.
Car path going out of bounds. Do you feel like you kind of turned the corner with the golf guys?
I mean, it's a hypothetical question, right? But I got a couple good ones today. In the first hole, I had a couple bad, kind of tough ones, and then it was one of those days when you do get a couple bounces, you got to take advantage, and I was glad to do so. But you don't rely on that. It's just when it happens, it's obviously really nice. I definitely got a stroke or 2 on number 8, but other than that, I think the rest of it could have played pretty even.
I'm sorry to put words in your mouth, but your mouth. What's the difference confidence-wise when you shoot a good score and get away with murder? What you said in Phoenix one day, I think it was the second round, compared to having a good score.
The first round in Phoenix, I got away with murder there, and it's a massive. It's very different as you walk off the golf course. I mean, to feel like I could have shot lower is a great feeling, to be kind of thinking that way versus, and there's no way I could have shot a better score. And a lot of that comes down to putting mostly, but today I 3-putted from 6 feet, and missed another kind of 6-7 footer on the last hole that was a pretty easy putt for birdie. So, you look back, and then I also canned a 40-50 footer. So it's just kind of I like where things are at. I like the amount of greens and regulation I've been hitting, and again, I just want to progress tomorrow. Today felt better than yesterday, and I want tomorrow to feel like I have a little bit more control over the ball than I did today.
Thank you.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Schedule and shoot.